to start truing up the sides here. We'll pull it out and we will file the edges. Now the next surface that we're going to do is we're going to size this in for width. So the plans are showing finished width here, and we got 2 inches, 870. I spoke to Adam and he left, obviously he's leaving around 5 thousandths or so each side. That's really kind of the model we're operating off of, about 5 thousandths each side for Stan to grind them. So Adam is at 2 inches, 887. So that's what we're going to finish ours to, 2887. That's a nice finish. 30 thousandths cut, about 660 RPM. I like that. This cut right here is 30 thousandths. After that we have a 28 thousandths finishing cut that we're going to do. I'm going to mic it before that just to make double sure, but we had 58 thousandths to go, and I'm just dividing it in half. You know, with a cutter like this, you need to put a little bit of load on it. You know, you can't take off a thousandth or two. It's not going to get very accurate with that. Carbide needs to load up a little bit. All right, we're at 2 inches, 914 thousandths. I'm going to slow the feed rate down just a little bit too. That's going to be one hell of a burr to try to file off. Two inches, 887. So now what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning this first reference side, and then we'll flip, and it's pretty much a finishing cut. Then we'll flip it. We'll take another clearing cut, we'll measure it, and then we'll bring it down into spec. Okay, 187, 2 inch, 187. To our 140, that is 47 thousandths. Alright, our last 20 thou. Got a little bit of cloudiness in the middle here. It's like it's scratching. Could be a tramming issue. You know, I took a couple of big heavy hog and cuts before and it was rattling the machine. I had to back off, so you know you could mess up your tram that way. Thousandth big. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave it. It's a thousandth big. I just made more work for Stan, so I'm gonna keep that. You know, I'll keep a nice finish, and it's a thousandth big. And really, what that is that's just the length, the fatness of the jaw that rides this way. In fact, I'll show you. That's really this length right here. So it's not a critical measurement at all. Now the next operation that we're going to do is we're going to mill this little slot in, and that slot is going to be where this movable jaw rests and slides on the bed wings, right? Just like here. So using our little model here of an existing vise, we're going to mill this slot right here. Okay? So it slides on. Alright, this this little wiggler ball is a 1/4 inch. So we need to move in 125 to be on dead center. So my piece's actual width this way is 2 inches 886. So half of that is 1 inch 443. So that's what we need to move. 1 inch 29. We need 443. One-tenth, we're not going to sweat that. 1 inch 443. That is now our center point. Loosen my table. I'm going to come back, do the other part, and then I'll just mill out the center slot. The center, what's left. Alright. We got our 7/16 2-flute end mill in, and we just took a clean pass across the edge, and I'm just cleaning things up here. Just moving through, just working it by hand, that's all. Just removing all those roughing marks. I'm going to take I'm going to mic it, and then we're going to see how far we got to go down. We need to go down to 112. Now, that cleaned everything off, gave us our edge, and we're exactly at 100 thousandths. So what we need to do now is go down 12 thousandths with all of that. Alright, we are going to go down our 12 thousandths now. Which will give us 5 thousandths for grinding, and we'll be at our 117. Now you might be wondering why I'm using such a small end mill. It's a good question. This is the biggest 2-flute end mill that I have, and I wanted a 2-flute so it really cleans up the side edges nice. But this is going to be ground, so you won't see any of the pass marks. Check that for depth. Nice, nice and smooth. Now the next operation that we're going to set up for is milling this 45 slant. It's going to need to come to 1 inch 180 thousandths, but because we need to we need to allow for the 5 thousandths, and it's on a 45, I'm going to make it 1 inch 182.5 thousandths away. Alright, we got our piece mounted up in the 45 and we're ready to take our cut. Let's fire up the cool mist. Now I switched over to a 2-flute 3/4. I actually found a 3/4 2-flute, and we're putting our finishing cut on it right now. We've loaded up our chamfering tool, and the secret formula here, after talking to Adam, was 60 thousandths down after touching off. So I'm going to lock my spindle. I'm going to get this, we've touched off, got this at high RPMs, very high RPMs, and we're going to feed up 60 thousandths on the knee. Boy, that really makes it look nice. Okay. Yeah, that looks marvelous. Take these little burrs off that came from the milling of the 45. And I'm just taking a carborundum stone and just, ooh, this definitely has a burr on it. I'm careful not to hit the face. There, that's good. Just touching, locking my spindle. Move off of here. And now we're going to feed up 60 thousandths. Very nice. Let's do the other side now. This thing is slinging oil everywhere. That looks nice.